Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Mondays Are for the Nerds. I am your co-host, Jay Wright.
And I'm your other co-host, Tristan Stump.
And welcome back as we recap last week's pop culture news for you. Pretty slow week for me.
Slow week for me. Let's see. Page-wise, I am at 7.
I'm at 8, which
and
is
you don't
low
even
for me.
read all of your notes.
No,
so
that's probably like 6.
Yeah, so probably be a quick one this week.
Yeah, hopefully. Did you do anything last week?
Watched more High Potential.
Nice.
Got to the season finale, and I realized I didn't do this on purpose. Sometimes I do this on purpose with shows where I'm like, I don't want it to end yet. I'm not watching the last episode.
Yeah.
But I realized, no, all of a sudden I'm just not in the mood to watch it. I'm just watching other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just
like not the first thing you go to. I've had that happen
Yeah,
before.
the other stuff I've been watching has just been random, like whatever. I'll just pick something and watch it. Big Bang Theory, YouTube.
Yeah.
Big City Greens last night.
Yeah.
Game-wise, played this game called Cat Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Have
we talked about it before?
Did I talk about this last week? I don't think I did.
Oh, did it come out last week?
No, this is an old game. This is like 2016, 2017.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm just now playing it.
Yeah.
You play as a little cat guy, and you're in this big overworld, and you have to just attack enemies. You're going and saving your sister from dragons, and so you have to level yourself up, do side quests. It's just a cute little game. I just played it to be a time waster game. Some of you might be wondering, what happened to Xenoblade? What happened to Metaphor? Metaphor made me mad, so I'm just going to get to the final boss when I get to it. And Xenoblade just takes
it's too long.
Xenoblade
which
is,
we brought up.
Yeah, not a game. Like, even Metaphor, I could go in, do a couple side quests, and go out. Xenoblade is not built for that. Xenoblade is built for just sitting there and playing for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Metaphor. It's
Even
an
I knew
RPG.
that, and I've never played the game.
I mean, so like I said, so is Metaphor. But Metaphor, there was something about it where I'm like, I can play for a little bit, save, and leave. Whereas Xenoblade, there's just something about it where story points happen so few and far between because you're just going and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, I can't.
I
get too invested. So I just started trying to find little tiny adventures to play. Got Box Boy on my 3DS.
Nice.
This little not RPGs, little puzzle game where you play as a cube. His name is Cubey. It's 2D, so a box, but find out he's a cube because of a little comic strip you unlock where he tilts himself forward, falls over, and you find out he's a cube. But anyway, you walk. It's 2D platformer, but then you can spawn boxes out of yourself. And every level you have a limit of how many boxes you can spawn, and you can do it in however, like whatever, like you can make stairs out of them, or you can do one straight line with them.
Yeah.
And you just have to get yourself through the level using your boxes. And there's like golf rules where if you want to you use as few as possible to get through the. Anyway,
The more points you get.
So I played that a little bit. But I think that's it. I worked a lot.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I'm like, oh wow.
And I say I worked a lot. I had Monday off, and then I'm trying to think. It was a busy week.
Yeah.
Regardless of even on the days off I had, it was just
Doing stuff.
And so not much time to sit down and do anything real nerdy. But yeah, so not much that I did. I didn't even play that much on my computer. There was one night where I got home from work and I could not, for the sake, just get like calmed down enough to go to sleep or anything. So I played Power Wash Simulator for a little bit.
Yes, dude, I want to play that so bad.
And then I started power washing a motorcycle and I couldn't get into the cracks, and it started actually making me less relaxed. And so I was like, all right, never mind, we're going to go watch TV.
I feel like that happened to me. If I were to play Power Wash Simulator, I want to. Oh.
Anyway, what'd you do this week?
Not much, really, for being home all week. We did play Split Fiction.
Oh, we
forgot
did.
about
I
that.
completely forgot about that. Okay, so between last week and this week, we did play Split Fiction.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. Our capture card is not compatible with the PS5, so despite hyping it up the last couple weeks of doing a Let's Play of it, we won't be able to, at least not for a good while.
Yeah.
But we decided to play it anyway because we're like, okay, by the time we can afford to get a new capture card, it's going to be so long after that we were just going to play.
Very excited to play it.
We were so excited because we're excited to play it, and we can actually do a Let's Play on a game that just came out, so that might garner more attention, different things. Yeah, no, forget it. I forgot that our capture card was bought when the Switch was the newest console. So,
but loved it. It's so fun. I feel like we didn't even get that far into it, and I'm still like, I want to go back and just play and play and
Oh
play.
yeah,
and
we
play
only
and
played
play.
maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
So fun.
We only got stumped in one part because I'm dumb.
Well, I mean, even I can. Like,
Oh yeah,
like,
the
wow,
game
this
was
goes more than that.
the game wasn't. I don't want to say the game wasn't clear. The game was.
Yeah.
It was just. I didn't even
think that. About
think
that.
I didn't turn the camera far enough to go. Oh, we're going that way. And
Yeah.
like that's my only complaint, but that's only like I said because I'm dumb. I couldn't figure it out.
User error.
Yeah.
User error. It was so good. I can't wait to play more of it, dude.
I do find it funny we picked the right characters
We
to
did.
play as.
We 100%
I
did.
picked the fantasy writer, and they both have
sci-fi.
said stuff that we're both like, "Hey, we've said stuff like that.
That's fair.
We've gotten
We're
arguments like that before."
That's fair. we have. We did that. It's so fun. I played more Assassin's Creed Valhalla, trying to get ready get in the Assassin's Creed mood for next week.
5 days.
Finally, they'll delay it Monday.
Don't even knock on wood. Holy moly! Don't
Yeah,
even.
we're not gonna joke about that. That's all I did. I mean, I watched movies I'll bring up later, but watched more Frasier. I'm almost done with season 4, so I'm burning through that.
Speaking of Frasier, some clips have popped up on my Twitter feed a lot of Sideshow Bob and his brother, whose name I can't remember.
Yes, I
who's
forget,
also voiced by
David Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde Pierce.
And the dad's voiced by
the dad.
Yeah,
his
the
name
dad from Frasier.
leaves me, but anyway.
John. Anyway,
but it was a funny. David Hyde Pierce's character is getting ready to blow up a bridge, and Bart like tackles him and goes, "Guess who?" And he goes,
Maris?
Yeah, Maris.
I remember seeing that episode. I was like, I didn't know he was going to be it until you told me, or until I saw it. I was like, is that? That is David Hyde Pierce.
And then the best part of that episode, I think it's the same episode where it does the black like title screen where it's like Frasier was a hit show on NBC, and it goes in and they walk through and it's like, what wine do you want? Do you want this or this? I was just in prison. As long as it doesn't taste like fermented orange drink, I'll be good. So it's this.
It's this. I love that. I love it. We've discovered that I am Niles.
Yeah,
I am the Niles of the group.
Absolutely.
Should I get my releases this week?
Yes, sir.
On the movie side of things, in theaters, Friday, March 14th, Black Bag was released. When his beloved wife, Catherine, is suspected of betraying the nation, intelligence agent George Woodhouse faces the ultimate test, loyalty to his marriage or his country. I'm very excited to see that. Novocaine came out. When the girl of his dreams gets kidnapped, a man turns his inability to feel pain into an unexpected advantage as he fights a bunch of thugs to get her back. I did see that last night with Trey. Loved it. I was laughing so much. What I loved about it is like it's me if I were going to be in an action movie, because through most of the action scenes he is like yelping because he's just a scrawny little dude. He'd be thrown across camera. He's like, ah! It's so funny. But it gets like the more it went on, the more like gruesome it got. So like what you see in like the first fight is tames in comparison to what the last one is. Loved it. The day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie came out. Finally, Porky Pig and Daffy Duck team up to save Earth from a sinister alien scheme after their antics at a bubblegum factory uncover a secret alien mind control plot. We'll hopefully be seeing this sometime soon.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Maybe.
We were really hoping to see it today, but some things just didn't line up to be able to see it and talk about it this week. But we're definitely talking about it next week.
Absolutely.
It's 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's getting amazing reviews.
Amazing reviews. Anyone that's going and watching it, the only sad thing is marketing has been zilch for it.
Yeah.
Everyone that is gone is like, hey, I'm the only person in the theater, which is really sad.
Also, I saw it, and I'll have it later, what they got on opening day. I'm like, I feel like Warner Brothers made a mistake by delaying it to this week, because you have 3 different movies coming out.
Oh, absolutely.
That are also big. If you would have kept it on the 28th, you had The Last Breath, and that could have been like a dual release week.
It would have been. And it's just unfortunate because it's like Warner Brothers, it's out of their hands. It's Catch Up Entertainment is the ones that bought it. And it was the hope was, well, if it did good for Catch Up, maybe they would buy up the other Looney Tunes projects that got canceled, but probably not at this point now.
Yeah. I just feel like it was on someone's point, it was releasing it this week of all weeks.
Definitely
amongst all the other competition.
But hey, it's one of the only kids movies coming out.
True.
So
True.
hopefully,
Yeah.
you would think, oh, Looney Tunes, but also at the same time, no one reruns Looney Tunes anymore unless you go to a specific channel that reruns Looney Tunes, and that's if you have that. Most kids aren't even going to have the patience for something like a cable channel like that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of sad that Looney Tunes is just kind of
Shoved aside.
I
hate.
especially because at the beginning when David Zaslav took over and was like, yes, we are planning on using our characters like Batman, Looney Tunes, Harry Potter. We're going to bring those to the forefront. And Looney Tunes was just immediately kicked to the side.
And Batgirl. So there's two of their big gone.
Yeah, so it's just sad. The IP mismanagement of every studio except Disney somehow.
Yeah.
Even Disney's like failures, they will at least be like, oh yeah, Atlantis cards are coming to Lorcana. Like,
Yeah.
it's that's something that needs to be discussed. Not now.
Yeah.
But at another time. I'm going on. This is an aside.
We're back.
But yeah, it's definitely go watch it. We will be watching.
Absolutely.
A friend of ours, Ace, said that
You go see it?
he went and saw it and said it was just nice to see 2D animation on the big screen again, and that it was really good. So
I'm so excited for it. It's been hilarious since it's looked hilarious since they've released the first thing about it.
oh, dude, when the not storyboard, it was like the test animation, so it was all animated, but it wasn't colored or anything yet. When that like leaked online, I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna be great.
It's gonna be good. And then just see it getting amazing reviews. I'm just like, The Last Supper got a limited release. A group of disciples convenes before an impending betrayal. As they gather, hidden secrets and concealed motivations gradually come to light, setting the stage for conflict. Opus got a limited release. A young writer travels to the remote compound of a legendary pop star who mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago. Surrounded by a cult of sycophants and intoxicated journalists, she soon finds herself in the middle of his twisted plan. On the streaming side of things, Wednesday, March 12th, The Killer's Game came to stars, and Moana 2 hit Disney+. Thursday, March 13th, The Parenting released on Max. Boyfriends Josh and Rohan plan a weekend getaway to introduce their parents, only discover that their rental is home to a 400-year-old poltergeist. And Control Freak hit Hulu. A motivational speaker plagued by an uncontrollable itch on her head finds herself battling a parasitic demon from her homeland, embarking on a terrifying journey. And on Friday, March 14th, The Electric State hit Netflix for the second episode in a row. In a retro-futuristic past, orphan teenager Michelle traverses the American West with an eccentric drifter and a sweet but mysterious robot in search of her younger brother. I did watch it yesterday. I'm sad that I didn't love it as much as I wanted to.
I mean,
it's slightly better than Craven.
It is.
It's got a huge cast.
It's the Russo brothers' lowest rated movie ever.
Is that like 2019? 19 maybe.
And I've heard the biggest thing about it is the book has so much potential, but it was just so different from the book and didn't pull enough from the book.
I haven't read the book, but Trey said that where he's like he has read the book. I will say I loved Woody Harrelson's like little weird 1950s voice he has for Mr. Peanut. And I also loved the chemistry between Chris Pratt and Anthony Mackie voices his little robot dude. And that's like his partner in crime. And they have just bicker all the time. And I love that. That's about the only things I loved about it, though.
So as far as bad Chris Pratt movies, how does this fare against...
I'll watch it before I watch Passengers again.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
No, I'll watch it before I watch Passengers again.
Have we ever talked about our history with Passengers?
No. No. It's like one of the very few Chris Pratt movies I actively don't like.
What would have been Speech and Debate in 2019?
2019.
2019. No, it would have been 2018. I was in high school in 2019.
I had a little portable DVD player that I would take on Speech and Debate trips and had like a literal backpack full of only DVDs.
Yeah.
And one day I got Passengers for Christmas, and because I love Chris Pratt. And I was watching it on the bus, and it gets to... You're sitting next to me.
Yeah, we didn't have the headphones player yet.
No, I had the headphones.
That was the weekend we decided we needed a headphones player.
So I was watching it, and then you're like kind of watching it, and I have subtitles on. And it's towards the end where like Jennifer Lawrence touches a hot like pipe or something, and in the audio she like actively screams. And then what is it? You're looking at it.
What I'm looking at it is a silent screaming, and then the subtitles is just A-H up exclamation point. And I just
You lost it.
died. I don't know why it was the funniest thing in the world. We were probably sleep deprived.
Absolutely. I was like, what is happening? I still be laughing so hard.
So I have never watched that movie with sound.
That is you have to watch it. You can't ruin it for yourself now. I want to go back and see if it was like just specifically that what it was playing on, or if like Netflix or something has the same thing.
Yeah.
But that was better than anything in that movie.
Okay.
Which is sad. On the TV side of things, on Sunday, March 9th, American Idol had its season 8 premiere on ABC. The Righteous Gemstone had its season 4 premiere on HBO. And Naked and Afraid had its season 18 premiere on Discovery Channel. Monday, March 10th, saw American Manhunt Osama bin Laden docuseries on Netflix. And I have never heard of this show before, but the title was hilarious. Oh my God, yes, a series of extremely relatable circumstances had its series premiere on Adult Swim. I saw that, I was like, what? Wednesday, March 12th, Everybody's Live with John Mulaney had its series premiere on Netflix. Thursday, March 13th, saw The Wheel of Time Season 3 drop on Amazon Prime Video. Long Bright River on Peacock, and Adolescence on Netflix. And on Friday, March 14th, Dope Thief had its series premiere on Apple TV+. That is all of my releases for this week.
Get to my releases. March 10th, we got Beyond the Ice Palace 2 on PC and on Xbox and PlayStation March 11th. From developer Storybird Studios and publishers P-Cube and Pixel Heart, Arise from the Dead is the cursed king and an enthralling action platformer. Wield the chains that once imprisoned you to vanquish foes and traverse your fallen kingdom. Uncover hidden areas, strategically level up, and reclaim your throne by banishing colossal bosses. Order 13 on PC from developer Cybernetic Walrus and publishers Oro Interactive and Drill Hounds. You wake up in a dark warehouse, tasked with packing orders while something lurks in the shadows. Work fast, stay safe, and protect your cat. He's all you've got. Rise of Ronin on PC from Koei Tecmo. Embark on an epic journey across war-torn 19th century Japan in this open-world action RPG from Team Ninja, the veteran studio behind Nioh and Ninja Gaiden. And Voxile entered early access on PC from Voxray Games. Explore gorgeous, ray-traced voxel lands, meet the local mutated wildlife, and find out what went wrong in quest, craft, loot, build, destroy, and shoot your way to the top of the food chain. Play alone or with friends, assuming you know how to share. On March 11th, we got Symptom on all major platforms from developer Hack the Publisher and publisher Serenity Forge. Every why has a wherefore. You are trapped and you must escape, but is that really the goal? Symptom is an unreliable, narrative-driven adventure where everything may be a lie, which I think is a cool idea.
Absolutely.
Making a video game with an unreliable narrator is absolutely, that's just...
Yeah. You don't know if what you're saying is true or not. I love that.
Oblin Party on PC from Tellus Games. Control your hands and destroy friendships in this physics-based couch online fighting game. Use your elastic arms to swing, slingshot, and parkour around the highly dynamic maps. Wield powerful weapons and use your bare fists to bonk your opponents. Odinfall entered early access on PC from developer Enderpaw Games and publisher Fireshine Games. Ragnarok was just the beginning of the end. Odinfall is a Viking-themed roguelite twin-stick shooter. Blast your way through procedurally generated levels, upgrade your character, modify your weapons, and take down robotic Norse gods to earn your freedom. As well as Wonderstop on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation from developers Ivy Road and publisher Annapurna Interactive. Wonderstop is a narrative-centric cozy game about change and tea. Playing as a fallen fighter named Alta, you'll manage a tea shop with a magical forest and tend to the customers who pass through. But Alta does not want to be here, and if she gets her way, the tea shop will be nothing but a brief and painful memory. Wonderstop is a tea shop management ritual. Grow and harvest ingredients needed for tea and then mix them together in an unusual tea-making contraption. Along the way, speak with the many travelers who pass through the shop, learn their stories, and make tea that is just right for them. I believe this is from the creators of the Stanley Parable.
I've heard that's getting good reviews.
Wonderstop? Oh, yeah. I've seen great reviews for it. And it's cozy. I love cozy games. I need my next cozy game, so that might be it.
Assassin's Creed, just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get cozy.
Xenoblade Chronicles X comes out next week. That's my cozy game. March 12th, we got Be Brave Barb on PC, Switch, and mobile from Thomas K. Young, creator of Dadish.
Yes.
Barb the cactus has lost her positive affirmations. How will she get through the day? How will she face her fears? How will she defeat King Cloudy and his evil henchmen? I have no idea. Maybe you should play this gravity-bending platformer right now and find out.
That's the actual... I love that. I love that. You know I love Dadish.
We also got Expelled, an overboard game on PC and Switch from Inkle Ltd. A school prefect has been pushed out of a window and everyone's blaming you. Can you find the culprit or someone to take the fall before you get expelled. Mystery with a wicked twist from the creators of Overboard, 80 Days, Heaven's Vault, and a Highland Song. I think it's a prequel because Overboard is about framing someone else for murder you committed.
Yeah.
So this is the same character as a kid, I think, framing someone else for a murder you commit.
So it's just she's a serial killer.
Yeah.
No.
Fate Reawakened on all major platforms from developer Gamigo US and Table Flip Entertainment and publisher Gamigo US and Wild Tangent. Reawakened the critically acclaimed Fate games like never before. Play all 4 classic dungeon crawler titles with enhanced graphics as you battle through challenging procedurally generated dungeons, learn powerful spells, and fish to your heart's content. Are you up to the task? Your fate awaits. The Phantom on all major platforms from Art of Play Interactive. The Ghost Who Walks is back. Comics' very first costumed hero is coming to Steam and console in a new side-scrolling beat-em-up adventure. Take on the Singe Brotherhood across the globe with only your physical strength, skill with weapons, and fearsome reputation. Pretty cool that this is stuff you do with the public domain right here.
Yeah.
Is that right there?
Yeah.
Make a cool game that pays homage instead of making a horror game or horror movie
franchise
or AI generated kids slop.
Yeah, no.
I feel so bad for Winnie the Pooh.
I do too.
Someone save that baby boy from the hands of them.
You should have seen the amount of disgust that was in his face when he said them.
And if you don't know who them are, you might be them. March 13th, we got Midnight Murder Club, entered early access on PC from Velen Studios and publisher PlayStation. Heart-pounding and hilarious multiplayer first-person shooter fun. Trust your senses and overcome your fears as you're armed with a flashlight and a revolver and set against your friends in a pitch-black mansion with immersive proximity chat and surprises around every corner. And those are my releases for this week. Not a whole lot.
No, it's been a relatively small week. I have my first batch of miscellaneous. For posters, we got the Dolby poster for Snow White, new poster for The Life of Chuck, Final Destination Bloodlines, the new poster for Princess Mononoke IMAX re-release, poster for Ariana Grande's short film Brighter Days Ahead, poster for Mobland, which is on its 2nd episode in a row, Pride and Prejudice 20th anniversary re-release, character posters for Sinner, a new poster for The Last of Us Season 2 on its 2nd episode in a row, posters for F1, Ted Lasso Season 4, The Toxic Avenger, Freakier Friday, Dolby poster for A Working Man, and a new poster for The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. In terms of trailers, we got the trailer for You Season 5, releasing April 24th on Netflix, 28 Years Later, releasing June 20th in theaters, Hacks Season 4, coming to Max on April 10th, The Amateur, and Your Friends and Neighbors, both releasing on April 11th. The Amateur coming to theaters, and Your Friends and Neighbors coming to Apple TV+. Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, releasing September 12th in theaters. New trailer for Poker Face Season 2, releasing May 8th on Peacock. The first official trailer for Lilo and Stitch, releasing May 23rd in theaters. First trailer for Black Mirror Season 7, releasing April 10th on Netflix. The first trailer for The Life of Chuck, finally, releasing June in theaters. F1 releasing June 27th in theaters. Sneaks releasing April 18th in theaters. Did you see that?
I did.
I didn't know that was a thing.
My initial reaction was, wow.
I honestly thought it was a direct-to-DVD.
Like, yeah. I was like, okay, direct-to-DVD. This
no
is
hate on direct-to-DVDs, but it just had that vibe.
Yeah. I love a lot of direct-DVD movies. But it has that vibe of like, this is a dumb idea. Like, this is just a dumb kids' movies idea. But then after I thought a little bit, I'm like, you know what? At least it's original.
Exactly. And it's releasing April 18th. So it snuck up on us in theaters.
Was it announced? And
this is the first I'd seen anything about it.
Especially with the cast it has. I would have figured we would have heard about
Martin Lawrence, Chloe Bailey. There's more, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's a cute idea for a movie.
It is.
A one sneaker trying to find its pair. Like
it's mate.
Yeah.
Going across the city. I love the Converse. Where it was like, who was it? Keith David. He's like, we don't talk around here. We converse. It's an old pair of Converse. I love that. And the first trailer for Freakier Friday, releasing August 8th in theaters. And release dates, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey will now release on September 19th, 2025. And Princess Mononoke will be getting a new 4K restoration released exclusively in IMAX theaters on March 26th. In casting, Dexter Resurrection for the 4th episode in a row keeps getting a stacked cast. Eric Stone Street has been cast as a serial killer, and David Dastmalchian has been cast. In Your Dreams, Kristen Milioti has been cast alongside Simu Liu and Craig Robinson. Film follows two siblings who journey into their own dreams where the Sandman may grant them their ultimate dream, the perfect family. The Terminal List Season 2 has cast Gabriel Luna. Jeff Daniels makes his return to comedy in Shrinking Season 3 as Jimmy's father. Greta Gerwig's Narnia for the third episode in a row is eyeing Daniel Craig to star as Uncle Andrew Ketterly. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie has cast Phoebe Denever. The Prison Break sequel series has cast Emily Browning, Lucas Gage, and Drake Roger. The Odyssey for the 8th episode in a row has cast Ryan Hurst. And the 2026 Golden Globes has announced that Nikki Glaser will return to host. And Regina Hall reveals that she has heard she will be returning in Scary Movie 6.
That is a funny way to word that. Not confirming, not saying, oh yeah, I'm in it. Just, I heard I'm in it.
Yeah. It's like, I heard I'm going to be returning. I'm like...
How do you hear you're coming back?
Exactly.
Is it just one of those things where when you've like acted long enough, you're so long, you just get a call from your agent. Oh, hey, you're supposed to be on set tomorrow.
Exactly. It's either that or the agent's like, hey, I heard you're going to be in it. Oh, am I in it? I don't know.
Oh, I heard they want you.
Have
they called you yet?
They haven't reached out for me yet.
I mean, I have a lot of voicemails, but
I'm working my way through them. This is from 2 months ago, something like that.
I got to find my Rolodex. You're still working off a Rolodex? Trust the process.
Exactly. Are you still working? Yes.
Let me scroll through.
Then stop talking. And that is all my first batch of miscellaneous.
Let me go through my gaming news here. Mm-hmm. Xbox has unveiled an AI friend that can coach you on your gaming skills. Basically, you ask it, hey, what do I do here? Or it'll notice you're struggling with something and be like, hey, bud, you might want to try putting 4 logs into your crafting table. That's how you make whatever. That's not a Minecraft. I know how to play Minecraft, I promise. Yeah. Anyway.
I could use that whenever I'm like in Assassin's Creed, circling around the castle.
You know what we could also
10
do?
times.
Look up a walkthrough on Google.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
One of the things is literally the AI, like the examples they give. They message it and is like, hey, how do I beat this boss? And it's like, you want me to pull up a strategy guide for you? So it's like it's not like the AI itself is. It's basically Googling for you.
Yeah.
You know what I do when I'm having trouble with games? I Google it or I text my friends who have played it and be like, hey, what did you do here?
I don't even do that because most of the people don't play the games I play.
No. I'm starting to get there.
Yeah.
Now that I have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
just
it's like
Google it. I'm like AC Valhalla blank castle chest.
Yeah. You insert game here. How to romance. Insert character here.
Yeah,
Enter.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Like I don't know. It just feels. Look, I'm a gamer, so I can say this. We're lazy enough. Okay, we don't want our thumbs to atrophy. Oh no, I guess we're controlling the game.
But exactly. We need our thumbs.
We don't want. I don't know. It's AI, so it's bad. That's all I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
At least it's something more like an assistant. But I wish they would just say, "Hey, Cortana is being added to Xboxes."
Yeah.
Like they've just kind of like it's surprising me that Xbox is pursuing all this AI stuff, but Microsoft hasn't just brought Cortana over when Cortana is named after the AI from Halo.
Yeah.
It's like it's just one of those things to me, like how Sonic the Hedgehog hasn't collabed with the chili dog restaurant Sonic, the drive-thru. It's just one of those things where it's like, why has that not happened? Why are you not calling your AI assistant Cortana?
Exactly.
Xbox,
PlayStation.
It's just I think it's called like AI Pal or something like that.
That's stupid.
I don't know.
At least come up with an awesome name for it.
Yeah, Billy Next Door. I go to Billy's house and I borrow his.
You're saying call it Billy Next Door.
Yeah, call it Billy Next Door. I go to Billy's house next door.
Oh, that's right.
He has an Xbox and a Nintendo 64, and his dad has a Game Boy. He has all this stuff. He knows his uncle works at Nintendo.
He's got connections. Hey, Billy.
All right, I don't think I can rant anymore and it be funny, so we're moving on. The San Francisco Nintendo store will open its doors May 15th.
Nice.
Leading some to speculate that the Switch 2's release might be somewhere around then.
Which does not line up with your...
I think my what did I say? The 21st, 22nd?
Which is Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Week, like Memorial Weekend. So that'd be a week before Memorial Weekend. So that would make sense. That'd be a way to people to get in, like, hey, pre-order, and if you're in the San Francisco area, you can choose to pick it up there, something like that. That's if that many units are even going to be available between online purchases and in-store purchases and all the things happening in the world of things we don't talk about on the
won't go down,
podcast.
yeah. We don't go down that road.
We already had that conversation outside of here, so.
Yeah.
Duplicate and Alan the Alien skins have been added to Fortnite. They're from Invincible, for those who do not know. Zayam Studios, the team behind Disco Elysium, has announced Project C4, their next game project, described as an espionage RPG. Additionally, Disco Elysium will be arriving to Android devices. Upcoming horror game Out of Sight has announced VR support for the game. Steel Hunters enters early access April 2nd. The mech shooter will arrive on PC. Animus, a first-person horror game set in a haunted house in the Venezuelan mountains, has been announced for a 2025 release. Fracture Point was announced, described as a mix of roguelike and looter shooter as the player navigates randomly generated floors of a corporate building to take down the corporation. Cold War first-person shooter Shadow Project was announced, about stopping Soviet human experiments, coming to PC in 2025. Power Wash Simulator 2 was announced for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC in 2025. Features local co-op, online progression for your campaign, and better graphics, all that. I'm surprised 2 hasn't happened yet. They just focus so much on DLC for the first one. I mean, we just got Walls and Gromit DLC.
Yeah.
And which might be the last DLC since the sequel's coming out.
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K Space Marine 3 was announced. Eyes Never Wake was announced, a horror game about a monster that watches you through your webcam.
Nope.
More information was given on Silent Hill F, the next game in the Silent Hill series, rather than being set in the titular town. Silent Hill F is instead set in 1960s Japan as the town of Ibisugoka faces a mysterious fog. I apologize for that pronunciation. But it looks pretty cool. You play as this schoolgirl, and your town's being transformed by this fog, and you just have to go through. Don't know when it's coming out. Probably it'll be on at least PC, PlayStation. I don't know about Xbox. Xbox has kind of been hit or miss lately on whether or not it's getting some of the bigger third-party releases.
Yeah.
And who knows if it'll come to Switch 2. We'll just see how powerful the Switch 2 is to see if they can get it on there, Witcher 3 style. Mm-hmm. But
I forgot that's available for the Switch.
Yeah, it was like one of the first games that they used to prove, hey, it might look worse, but it can still run.
Yeah.
Which
is fine.
If you're buying a Nintendo, you probably don't care about graphics all that much.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown releases May 22nd on PC. A collector's edition of Death Stranding 2 on the Beach has been announced. It comes with a voucher code to redeem the digital version of the game, a 15-inch Magellan Man statue, a 3-inch Dollman figurine, a letter from Hideo Kojima, art cards, and a collection of in-game items. Available for pre-order starting March 17th, so the day this episode will release. Psychological horror game Baptiste, about a family struggling to rebuild their life in a remote UK location, has been announced for Xbox, PS5, and PC. And finally, a Star Wars turn-based tactics game will be fully revealed April 19th at the Star Wars Celebration.
Yes. I got my last batch of miscellaneous. In new looks, we got a first clip from Snow White, new clips for The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, and Borderline for its second episode in a row. We got our first look at an Enderman, a new look at a zombie and skeleton, and a Minecraft movie for the third episode in a row. As previously mentioned, the official trailer for Lilo and Stitch came out this week. We got our first look at Cobra Bubbles, Nani, and Lilo. First look at Pleakley, and first look at Jumba and Pleakley in their human disguises. Real quick, it became Walt Disney Studios' second most viewed live-action trailer debut of all time with 158 million views.
After one of the Lion King ones, I'm guessing?
Probably, yeah.
So,
anyway, it looks so fun.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
I will say.
I was loving it, except for the part.
There's some things I have about it. Of course, I'm the most cynical of the two of us when it comes to the live-action remakes.
Yeah.
I'm the most cynical of anyone in my circle because I had a couple of people message me the trailer, and like I said, it looks fun. It looks cute.
Yeah.
It's going to be Lilo and Stitch. Of course, it's going to be cute. And is something endearing about having a child actor who can't act all that well playing Lilo.
Yeah.
Because she's a kid, not because she can't act in general, just because kids just have a tougher time.
Yeah.
Because there's kids. Something endearing about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the colors, it's just a little drab looking for my tastes. Pleakley and Jumba's human disguises just being their voice actors.
Yeah. Which Pleakley admittedly looked good.
I mean, the CGI Pleakley looks good.
Yeah.
But their human disguises, Pleakley is not cross-dressing or a woman or anything.
It's just Billy Magnuson.
It's just Billy Magnuson. Probably because it's cheaper. They spend enough money getting Stitch to be in the whole thing and all that. I'm sure there's a lot of these just corporate greedy reasons on why Jumbo and Pleakley can't just be aliens in bad disguises, because the whole joke was we're too stupid to know if an alien was actually there, because even their stupid disguise would fool us.
Yeah.
So it just stinks. There's just a lot of things. You kind of wonder what Pleakley's character is going to be like, because he's always been like the effeminate, you know.
Which I've seen some stuff Billy Magnuson, and I feel like he could play very effeminate. So
that I'm a little skeptical on. And that being said, even if it's good, I still don't see a reason why you wouldn't just want to show your kid the original, simply because it's more colorful.
Yeah.
Ignoring the other fantastic reasons to watch the original Lilo and Stitch. It's just more colorful. So I am still excited to see it. I'm absolutely going to go watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's just some things about it from an animation lover's perspective of like, give me a reason why this should have been remade. Yeah. That's why I'm also skeptical about How to Train Your Dragon. A lot of things he says about behind the scenes, I'm like, then what was the reason for remaking it? Beyond making it sound like it being animated made it lesser of a film.
Yeah. And he got me over here that's like...
But like I said, I'm still excited for How to Train Your Dragon. This is just me being the cynical person that I am. I have to be... which is weird, because I'm not that way with video games. I'm not that way with cartoon reboots. Like Shrek 5, I'm like, it's going to look fine. There's just something about live action, like Disney's live action movies specifically, where I'm just like,
I think it's because they've mostly been, for the most part, meh.
Yeah.
You've had the occasional diamond in the rough Jungle Book.
Yeah. There is yet to be a live action.
I'd say Beauty and the Beast is up there.
Beauty and the Beast is definitely up there. Is up there. Because Aladdin did enough of its own thing that I was like, okay, this is like a different retelling that has all the same story beats.
Yeah, and those are like the gold 3. Really.
But I don't know. Disney's just kind of not hitting it anything out of the park.
Do you like the casting of Zach Galifianakis as a Jumbo? Because that's from the beginning. I've been like,
if he's going to be fine. I just wish he was doing an accent.
Same. Again, we've only really heard him in the very beginning.
The very beginning when he's like, "Oh, Stitch," or whatever. What have you gotten yourself into?
Chaos now. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, whatever he said, we're just like, okay.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, with Aladdin, they did enough of it their own thing with the characters that like this is a different Jumbo and Pleakley.
True.
Maybe they're a different kind of comedic duo. But yeah, so we'll see. I want to try to sound like I'm being more positive than I am. Yeah. Just in life generally, I've realized I've been very negative. So I'm trying to be a little more positive about some stuff because I am like looking forward to this.
I'll be there day one.
Stitch looks great.
Stitch looks amazing.
The important part was if Lilo and Stitch could like still work as like this cute little friendship in live action, and it looks like they're doing it great.
Yeah.
Kudos to her for being able. Kudos for her to be able to work off of probably a tennis ball and a stick.
Absolutely.
Or they could do like they did with Sonic the Hedgehog, where they had a puppet, so she at least had someone to work off of.
The Last of Us season 2 for the second episode in a row got a new look at Caitlin Deaver as Abby, and The Electric State again for the second episode in a row got a new look at Woody Harrelson as Mr. Peanut. Black Mirror season 7 got our first look at the USS Callister sequel episode, and our first look at Will Poulter returning as his Black Mirror Bandersnatch character. We also got a new look at Tom Hiddleston in The Life of Chuck, and a new look at Karate Kid Legends. For first looks, we got a first look at Neighborhood Watch, featuring Jack Quaid and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Film follows the two men as they investigate an abduction and the dark secrets surrounding the disappearance. Deep Cover, first look at Bryce Dallas Howard, Orlando Bloom, and Nick Mohammed. Series follows improv comedians who are recruited by the police to be undercover operatives. I remember seeing that synopsis and laughing. Releases June 12th on Amazon Prime Video. First look at Peter Dinklage as Toxie in The Toxic Avenger. And our first look at Chad Michael Murray in Freakier Friday. Did you see the trailer for that?
Yes.
I loved it.
Yeah, that one looks fun.
I loved it. I love the four-way brain swap. Box office, earnings and records. Mickey 17 for the second episode in a row opened with $19.1 million domestically on a $118 million budget. Ninja 2 for the 5th episode in a row, currently sitting at number 5 in the highest grossing films of all time. It did pass Star Wars Force Awakens today. It's roughly $180 million behind Titanic at number 4, which I don't know if it'll make that. But The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, earned $1.1 million in its domestic opening day, and Novocaine earned $3.9 million in its domestic opening day. Glenn Powell, we got our first look at Edgar Wright directing Running Man. He will be receiving the Star of the Year award at CinemaCon, and he will also star in Barry Jenkins' next movie, The Natural Order, for Universal, which is based on Matt Aldrich's upcoming novel. The film is described as an elevated sci-fi thriller revolving around the pursuit of eternal life. We got our first look at Hiccup and Toothless meet and greet coming to Universal's Epic Universe theme park in Orlando. And in new announcements, Ghost Man series will follow the Ghost Man who specializes in making things disappear. But when a botched casino heist leaves millions in cash, he has just 48 hours to clean up the mess. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II has been cast. A live-action adaptation of the manga Claymore is in the works with Masi Oka set to executive produce. Place to Be, Cornell Mundrusko's new movie follows unlikely friendship of an elderly woman and a middle-aged man as they travel from Chicago to New York to return a lost racing pigeon home, starring Ellen Burstyn and Taika Waititi. Seven Sisters, Elizabeth Olsen will star in a new drama series for FX. Follows a large family that unravels when one sister starts communicating with a voice no one else can hear, and the pilot will be directed by Sean Durkin, who helmed The Iron Claw. An Oasis movie documenting their summer reunion tours in the works, with Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight producing. Jenna Ortega and Taylor Russell are in talks to star in a single white female reboot, and a new Starship Troopers movies in the works, with Neil Blomkamp set to direct. Just a couple miscellaneous mentionables. Invincible is already renewed for season 4, with Robert Kirkman aiming for an annual releases for each season. He also teased that it may include an unused comic storyline where Mark fights the devil. Jason Sudeikis says Ted Lasso 4 is officially happening. We'll follow Ted Lasso coaching a women's team and AFC's management. Jason Sudeikis, Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, Jeremy Swift, and Juno Temple all returning, but not Phil Dumpster. And episode 1 will be set in Kansas before returning to the UK. And that is all of my miscellaneous news. We do have the glorious returns this week of our two things that have taken a hiatus for about, 3 months?
Yeah. On and off.
Yeah. Anniversaries has shown up like once in the middle of that, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So anniversaries, March 9th was the 15th anniversary of Final Fantasy 13 on PS3 and Xbox 360, and the 15th anniversary of Yakuza 3 on PS3, as well as the 17th anniversary of Super Smash Bros. Brawl and the 29th anniversary of Super Mario RPG.
Nice.
March 10th was the 30th anniversary of Panzer Dragoon on the Sega Saturn. March 11th was the 20th anniversary of Robots and the 30th anniversary of Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo. 20 years old, man.
Wow. I haven't seen that since I was in daycare.
Dude,
I need to watch it again.
Last time I watched it was just after, I think it was during Addams Family.
So 3 or 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago was the last time I watched it. March 12th was the 25th anniversary of Disney's Model Behavior and the 10th anniversary of Mario Party 10 on Wii U. And March 13th was the 10th anniversary of Adam Sandler's The Cobbler. And March 14th was the 30th anniversary of Mario's Picross on Game Boy, the 25th anniversary of Siphon Filter 2 on PlayStation, and the 15th anniversary of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver on the DS.
I had a couple this weekend birthdays where I'm like, there's not much. On Sunday, March 9th, Matthew Gray Gubler turned 45. Of course, you know him from Criminal Minds and Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oscar Isaac turned 46. He's MCU's Moon Knight and Star Wars and Across the Spider-Verse actor. On Monday, March 10th, Carrie Underwood, American Idol winner and country music star, turned 42. John Hamm, Mad Men, Landman, and Baby Driver star, turned 54. And Chuck Norris, inspiration for the comic and show Invincible, turned 85. That's what I told you.
That's a good one.
Yeah. There's also a lot more on that day. Robin Thicke turned 48. Bad Bunny turned 31. Olivia Wilde turned 41. Paget Brewster turned 56. And Sharon Stone turned 67, all on Monday, March 10th. Tuesday, March 11th, Jodie Comer turned 32. She's from Killing Eve, The Last Duel, and Free Guy. Johnny Knoxville, Jackass and Bad Grandpa star, turned 54. And Terrence Howard, Princess and the Frog and Empire star and the original MCU roadie, turned 56. Wednesday, March 12th, Liza Minnelli turns 79. Cabaret, New York, and Arthur legend, a legendary actress. Frank Welker turns 79 as well on the same day. Legendary voice actor in almost anything. Aaron Eckhart, The Dark Knight and Solar Star, turned 57. Thursday, March 13th, saw the 75th birthday of William H. Macy from Shameless and Jurassic Park 3, the 53rd birthday of Oscar-winning rapper and actor Common, and the 40th anniversary of Emile Hirsch from Into the Wild and Speed Racer. Friday, March 14th, saw the 92nd birthday of Michael Caine from the Dark Knight trilogy, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and Going in Style, the 28th birthday of gold medalist gymnast Simone Biles, and the 77th birthday of Billy Crystal from Monsters, Inc. When Harry Met Sally on The Princess Bride, among a ton of others. And on Saturday, March 15th, Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives and Dora and the Lost City of Gold turned 50, and Bret Michaels, frontman of the rock band Poison, turned 62. And that is all my birthdays for this week. Glad to see it back.
Got some anime and comics. Kaiju number 8 Mission Recon movie premieres in North America April 13th. To Be Hero X premieres April 6th. An anime adaptation of Masakuni Igarashi's Tune Into the Midnight Heart has been announced. When Arisu Yamabuki was all alone in bed at night, he was able to find solace in the voice of a radio host who went by Apollo. However, one day she simply stopped broadcasting without any explanation. Years then passed, and Arisu is now a second-year high schooler. He makes it his mission to search for Apollo, as there is something he wants to tell her. He doesn't know what she looks like or even what her real name is, but he manages to get some leads on her in his school's broadcasting club. That's where he meets 4 girls who all dream to get a job where they can make full use of their voices. Just who is Apollo, and how will those 4 dreams pan out? Reincarnated as the dragon hatchling has been announced. Our hero wakes up one day in a brand new world, but his new life doesn't come with fighting skills or magic powers or even arms and legs. He's reborn as an egg, stuck in an unfamiliar forest surrounded by terrifying hungry beasts. But eggs hatch, hatchlings grow up, and humble beginnings can lead to something great. He'll do his best to become the strongest dragon ever, and no measly shell can get in his way. An anime adaptation of inexpressive Kashiwada and expressive Uta has been announced. Kashiwada is a girl who never shows emotions on her face. Uta always tries to surprise her, but never succeeds. Kashiwada and Uta are classmates in junior high school. Uta is always thinking of pranks to surprise Kashiwada, but he always fails. Kashiwada likes to look at Uta, for he shows his emotions on his face too much. They look like opposite types of people, but they both care about each other. Look, Uta is up to something. Other classmates love to see the unique relationship between them. A heartwarming love comedy which takes place in ordinary junior high school in Japan. An anime adaptation of Magical Sisters Luluto Lily has been announced for 2026. Mononoke movie Part 3 titled Hebigami has been announced for a spring 2026 release. A new anime in the Konosuba series has been announced. Record of Ragnarok Season 3 has been announced. Gashiakuta premieres July 2025. Crawl back from the abyss of hell to change this lousy world. Ruto lives in the slums of a floating town where the poor scrape by under the shadow of the rich who live a sumptuous life, simply casting their garbage off the side into the abyss. Then one day, he is falsely accused of murder, and his wrongful conviction leads to an unimaginable punishment, exile off the edge with the rest of the trash. Down on the surface, the cast-off waste of humanity has bred vicious monsters, and if Ruto wants to have any hope of discovering the truth and seeking vengeance against those who cast him into hell, he will have to master a new power and join a group known as the Cleaners to battle the hulking trash beasts of the pit. Call of the Night Season 2 premieres July 2025. Food for the Soul premieres April 12th. Style of Hiroshi Nohara's Lunch is receiving an anime adaptation. Yano-kun's Ordinary Days premieres October 2025. Hero Without Class premieres in 2025. In a world where everyone receives a class and skills at the age of 10, and where such revelations have a huge impact on one's life, Errol, the son of Sword Princess Farah and Archmage Leon, learns that he has no class at all. With no class and no skills, all that's left for Errol is hard work. And so he takes to training, utilizing wits, and cunning to emerge as an all-new type of hero. Man, superhero Encanto. Classic Stars premieres April 5th. An adaptation of A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai has been announced. Takeru Kamashiro is a normal guy with an ordinary office job. He finds himself summoned to another world. Takeru starts his new life in Matus, a world where swords and magic fully equipped with multiple skills. Not only does he have enhanced physical and amazing magic abilities, but he also has the power to search for valuable items. With the cheat skills he's been provided, Takeru starts his new adventure in the new Isekai. A new trailer for the Devil May Cry anime was dropped. The anime releases April 3rd on Netflix. And in comic news, we got a first look at the DC Cross Sonic the Hedgehog comics. The first issue releases March 18th. Looks pretty good. I actually really want to read that.
The day after the episode comes out.
Yeah. Marvel Imperial was announced, a 4-issue miniseries setting up a new line of Marvel cosmic books. And that is my news for this week.
I got a couple comics on the DC side of things. Superman got a new look at Edie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific. And in Lanterns, Nicole Ari Parker has been cast as Jon Stewart's mother, Bernadette, and Jason Ritter has been cast. On the Marvel side of things, episode 1 and 2 of Daredevil Born Again, for the 5th episode in a row, debuted with 7.5 million views on Disney Plus in the first 5 days of launch, and episode 3 released. Fantastic. I loved it. Stan Lee, the final chapter, got our first trailer for that documentary. Spider-Man 4 revealed that Sadie Sink has been cast. Didn't say who she's been cast as. We've kind of speculated.
There's a lot of speculation.
She actually did reveal who she was going to be cast as.
Oh, did she say is it Mary Jane?
Uncle Ben.
Oh, okay.
she's like, oh, I'm going to play Uncle Ben.
Because I've saw some people be like, oh, she's playing Mary Jane. Like, this is a for sure thing we know thanks to this source. I'm like,
No.
I don't think we know.
No, she jokingly goes, yeah, I'm going to play Uncle Ben.
Finally, we got to find out what happened to Uncle Ben in this
But
universe.
that means no one stays dead.
Unless it's a flashback. It's just her and a mustache.
Exactly.
Not even like a gray mustache. It's like
It's like a very clear
it's the
fake
Groucho
mustache.
Marx glasses.
Exactly.
No, she could play Firestar, which was a hero that Spidey teamed up with a lot in the 80s.
Yeah.
She could play Mary Jane, which would suck because we already have
We've already
MJ,
had
who,
MJ.
yes, isn't called
Michelle
Mary Jane.
Jones, but
that's
still.
that universe's Mary Jane is what I've
Yeah.
always picked up on.
That's what I've always...
She could play Gwen Stacy. They could pull
She could, and dye her hair.
Emma Stone and dye her hair.
Yeah.
Blonde.
I told that to you, and then I'm like, well, they dyed Emma Stone's hair.
They dyed Emma hair stone. Yes, you're right.
Emma's hair stone.
I think we both had strongs right there.
Strongs. Oh my goodness. This episode.
I love when we don't have a lot of news because we can just goof off.
Exactly. You fill up the time. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who she. I just hope it's not Jean Grey. I love her as Jean Grey, but I hope she doesn't be introduced in the Spider-Man 4 movie. I've told you that.
Yeah, I mean, unless like I said, they introduce her like they have Nico set up in the
Yeah,
cartoon, where
where
it's like
it's like
she's
in-
just like a classmate or just a friend, or like in Elementals.
Yeah.
Or Elementals.
Eternals.
Eternals, where
This is Black Knight.
where it's like, oh, he went on a date with this girl, and the very end, she like starts having a headache, and her mutant powers awaken or something.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's supposed to be that she's been mutant, like, or she's had her powers her whole life, but like, I don't know.
Thunderbolts, for the second episode in a row, got a new look at Bucky Barnes as a congressman, and they did remind us that Taskmaster is in the movie. Got a new look at her. Spider Noir series may get a black and white release alongside a color release, saying, quote, when we filmed it, the monitors were all black and white, so you got this feeling, and it looked very, very authentic, which I love. I would love to watch Spider Noir in completely black and white.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
X-Men 97 voice recording on season 3 will begin next week. The Russo brothers says the upcoming Avengers films will draw inspiration from both the 1980s and 2010s Secret Wars comic book runs.
I'm telling you, Peter's going to get his black suit here.
Absolutely.
If
He
he
has
doesn't
to.
in Spider-Man 4, because I think Spider-Man 4
Let's go.
happens between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Oh, that's right, it does. I was about to say.
So
which one comes out
I was because I'm thinking at the end of Doomsday, the after credit scene is him finding the symbiote like he does in the 80s Secret Wars, and 4 is about him having the black suit, and then maybe 5 is the resolution to that.
Yeah.
Or I mean, Secret Wars is the resolution to that.
Yeah, Secret Wars is the resolution to Doomsday.
I feel like that's a pretty good way to do that.
Absolutely, because he has to have his
He has to get a
suit.
black suit.
And we
they
know
didn't
from
leave
Venom,
back the symbiote just
Exactly.
to not bring it up
Exactly.
again.
It
Hopefully
is
they don't
there.
make us wait as long as they did. I guess we would be waiting as long as we did for the adamantium to finally be brought up, the celestial body to finally be brought up.
Let's see, that was 2021 and then 2025, 4 years.
4 years, and
So-
then No Way Home was 2019.
2021
as well. So yeah,
To 2020,
2026.
so longer.
yeah, we're making us wait
Oh,
5
no.
years instead of 4 to
Oh, no.
see the resolution to that.
No.
Of course, they'll make us wait infinity years to see anything with the Midnight Suns happen. So
And even longer for Blade.
infinity plus 1.
Exactly, Infinity plus 1. Scarlett Johansson says she is not coming back as Black Widow. And did you see this? Marvel gave baseball cards to the Russo brothers that include every MCU actor, how expensive they are, and how many movies are left on their contract. And they said, quote, it's the only way to keep track of the amount of characters we're working with in these two films. I need to get my hands on those because that sounds so fun.
It probably also has how many followers they have on Instagram because apparently that's a
thing.
That's a factor now.
Yeah. I can just imagine Anthony and Joe being like, "You got Holland? I'll trade you that for Ruffalo."
Yeah. Okay, we got Tom Holland for okay, well, 3 movies. Okay, so he can be in both, and then Spider-Man. That's fine. Chris Pratt. Well, he's in Vision Quest, but I don't know.
Is he in Vision Quest?
Apparently, it's been rumored or something, but that he'll be in Vision Quest. Going back to the Scarlett Johansson thing, it's so funny to me. Her and Chris Evans, anytime they're asked about their characters, like, it's almost they're just like, no, we're not doing stop it. I don't want to go back.
But that's the vibe
don't make me go back.
Definitely from Scarlett Johansson. They're like, this one don't get it. I'm not coming back.
Well, they screwed her over with Black Widow. So Disney screwed her over specifically.
Did.
I don't think it's bad blood with Marvel. I think it's bad blood with Disney, where she's just like, no.
Yeah. She went on to Jurassic World. Now she's got that trilogy that's going to happen, which I'm very excited for. You know that.
She should come back as Mindy from the new SpongeBob movie.
Hey, Atlantis. That's all I got for comics news this week. Celebrity deaths. Simon Fisher Becker was 63. He was Harry Potter and Star Trek actor. Doug Kiker was 32. American Idol's singing Garbage Man. Stanley R. Jaff was 84. He was the producer for Kramer vs. Kramer and Fatal Attraction. Dave Mallow was 76, voice actor known for Digimon the movie and the Hungover Games. And Eileen Bennett, she was an English actress for Much Too Shy and Thursday's Child, was 105. My sources this week were Deadline, Movie Insider, Empire, Variety, InStyle, Tech Radar, What's on Netflix, Great Magazines, One Man, Hollywood Reporter, New Heights, ComingSoon.net, Famous Birthdays, Entertainment Weekly, ComicBook.com, Collider, Entertainment Tonight, and of course, Discussing Film.
I think my sources this week, Discussing Film, IGN, Crunchyroll, and the official sites and socials of the studios mentioned today. As you can see by my sources, not a whole lot. I did not have to branch out much. They usually at least have like Games Radar, something else. Those 3 are big enough sources that I get like almost everything together. But anyway.
Like most of what Discussing Film gets is from Deadline.
But moving on,
part 3 of our Muppets tier list for March.
Yes, no longer in ABC order because technical difficulties.
Yeah. We'll be in ABC order next week with what's left.
Which means that we move on to
Until Dawn.
And
our Muppets. How the Muppets fare in Until Dawn? Are we keeping one guy?
Do we keep
Peter Stormare?
Do we keep him? Do we just keep
this
the
is all on you because
the therapist?
I don't have it.
Since the therapist is staying also in the other movie, do we keep the therapist? And then obviously, is the monster a Muppet, or do we keep the monster the same? And so it's just this
everything
thing.
Else is a Muppet.
You've seen the "Take Me Off a Piece of That Kit Kat" bar clip. Yeah. Just like imagine, I don't know, Janice.
What is Janice?
Just gets grabbed and pulled through.
Okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about like a monster and you just go to Janice. And Janice
no, I'm talking about the girl that gets pulled through the window. It's just Janice.
Absolutely.
The puppet gets pulled through the window and then there's a hand left that's just like pulls down.
Exactly.
Like, I guess I can go home now. Except that like 2 people, all 12 Muppets.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a quick one just because I know it, but not well enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Horror movie Muppets. How are you feeling?
I'm thinking like C.
And it's also an interactive movie, so it's not much of a game.
Yeah. I'm thinking C.
You're thinking C?
But what are you thinking? Because I don't have a lot to go off of for this.
We could put it in C.
C?
Since neither of us have really strong opinions on it. Same with Far Cry, where we're like,
Yeah. Far Cry could work, but I'm like, would it be above or below Far Cry?
Kind of equal, so just whatever.
Right next to it. Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box.
This one I just threw in because I was trying to think of stories, games with stories. Professor and Luke find his mentor supposedly dead, and their only clue is a ticket and a box that is supposedly is like Pandora's box. When you open it, you die, and their clues to, or maybe the box was stolen. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played it. It's my second favorite game of all time. Anyway, so they get on a train to head to wherever this ticket was headed to try to find the killer. And twists and turns happen. They run across a vampire, a rich girl who's running away from a home for some reason. Villains from the past games pop up. Just different things.
Like rich girls, I mean Miss Piggy.
No.
Is it not a
There's
main
really
character?
no good role for Miss Piggy
In that one?
for that one. You almost maybe want to keep the little girl and the vampire, and then have everyone else be a Muppet, or maybe keep all the major characters, keep them human. All the NPCs you talk to that give you puzzles are Muppets.
Ooh, it's like we had one of those worlds kind of like that. I forget. But
Ghost of Tsushima, I think
That's
we had that where everyone else was a Muppet and the main character was. But like you could have like Kermit and Robin be the professor and Luke, and then there's a third. There's Flora who. There's just not enough. There's no good role for Miss Piggy here.
Yeah.
Now, you talk about the prequel Professor Layton games. Piggy as keeping Kermit as the professor and Piggy as Emmy might be funny because Emmy beats the crap out of people.
Yeah.
But and kicks people actually. So, but as far as Diabolical Box specifically goes, like I say, you could make Kermit and Luke like the professor. Or Kermit
I was thinking if anyone's gonna be like
Luke.
a professor, it's gonna be Kermit.
So you can make Kermit and Robin, but then, like I said, the vampire and the little girl definitely need to be
their own,
like the characters that stay the same. Everyone else could be a Muppet. It could be a random Muppet. It could be a new Muppet. It could be whatever.
What do you think? I'm thinking.
I mean, there's not a whole lot Muppety about it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a visual novel. You're solving brain teasers.
Will
the
the Muppets
art
elevate
with it,
that or take away from it?
it would almost not elevate it because it's Professor Layton.
Yeah, but
maybe it's low B.
Low B.
Because there's something charming about like when Muppets gets to do 2D art.
That is true.
When they're
That is
drawn,
true.
there's something charming about it. So
Yeah.
maybe that'll elevate a little bit of like having that 2D art.
Low B.
Low B.
I'm gonna say above Horizon for sure.
All right.
Grim Fandango above Grim Fandango.
Definitely. I think it's up there with Five Nights at Freddy's and Chrono Trigger.
In between them.
Yeah, just because, like I said, it's charming enough. Crash, Grim Fandango, Horizon are like those games really aren't elevated much by the Muppets.
Yeah.
Whereas Professor Layton at least have a charm to it.
Horizon Zero Dawn is elevated a lot by the Muppets. It just started down here.
True.
I hate Horizon so much.
We got Legend of Zelda Wind Waker
Yes.
next. So this one is probably the most Muppet-like in that it's cartoony.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
mean.
But
But
the one with Toon.
Toon Link, yeah.
Toon Link,
I would
that's what I thought.
keep Link, his sister, and Zelda, and everyone else be a Muppet. I say that because you look at Muppet Treasure Island,
Yeah.
where they kind of keep Tim Hawkins. They don't make Jim Hawkins, not Tim Hawkins. Tim Hawkins is the
Yeah.
comedian. Jim Hawkins.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They keep Jim Hawkins.
Yeah.
So this would be the same thing because this Link specifically doesn't want to go on an adventure. He likes living on the beach, sleeping whenever he wants, living with his grandma and his sister. And on his birthday, it's a rite of passage for like their 12th birthday or something to wear the green clothes of the hero of yore.
Yeah.
And on that day, his sister is also kidnapped because according to these pirates that are chasing down this bird is going around and stealing girls with pointy ears. And so Link goes with these pirates to save his sister. And the adventure just kind of escalates from there. He rescues his sister, but now he's found out that Ganondorf is trying to get all this ultimate power to rule the world after having previously been sealed away.
Yeah.
But you have a talking boat that is your companion throughout the whole game, the King of Red Lions.
Why does that give me Rolf vibes? Talking boat.
I mean, the kind of character it is where it's like, oh, slow down there, boy. You don't want to get yourself hurt.
That's
like,
Rolf.
There's these two brothers that make tornadoes in the middle of the ocean that you constantly have to like deal with. There's a fish that you can fish up that gives you pieces of a map.
Oh, this is absolute. I'm gonna say A tier. For this.
There's a bird girl that helps you on your adventure. There's just a whole lot of different, just random bits and characters.
Yeah.
And
Which would be hilarious
Tingle is
as-
in this game.
Yeah.
He's basically kidnapped people and forced them to be his family, but in a comedic way.
What?
He makes, you know what Tingle looks
Yeah,
like. He
yeah.
makes them also dress like him, and they're like, "Oh yes, brother Tingle." And then there's one that's like, "We're not his family. Run,
us. Help.
So anyway, so it's just a very like this of all the Zelda games we could have picked.
It's the more,
This
like,
one is
funny
probably
one,
the most
more,
funny
that's
one.
That's already kind of Muppets coded. That's why I'm saying like A tier. I'm thinking
You
like
think A tier?
but like this territory
Up with Banjo Kazooie? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
What would you think? It's like above or below, or what? What would you say? A tier?
Yeah.
A tier? Should it be above or below?
Right there. Yeah,
Right
right
here?
there works. Yeah.
Between that, Resident Evil.
And then we
Oh,
end.
no.
Ooh boy. Now what Resident Evil do we want to do?
This is getting all you.
Because we could do the newest one that has
With
the
the
that has
lady,
the tall lady,
which is
Lady
Miss Piggy.
Dimitrescu.
Yeah. Miss Piggy.
There's also Resident Evil set in the bayou with all the with all the murder hillbillies.
It could also be like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, where it's like anthology-ish.
Anthology, where it focuses. Every game focuses on a new main character, except for the
Yeah.
last two. It's focusing on the same guy the last two.
Yeah.
So it's like
Usually like keep the main character, but like have Muppets be
Muppets be the zombies.
their own versions of the horror
Of the
stuff.
of the horror stuff. I mean, it could be like Far Cry. We just smack it and see and be like, we couldn't do much with this.
There's no D tier.
I mean,
'cause-
the idea of playing as Miss Piggy and running from Nemesis is just really funny.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna say you want to put it in C tier.
yeah, high C.
High C. Above Far Cry. Luigi's Mansion. S tier. Just kidding.
So if you go with Luigi's Mansion 1,
Which I haven't played since we did that whole.
so I'm pulling up. So I decided specifically the GameCube one because it and 3 have specifically ghosts that are characters.
Yeah.
So it can be filled out with enough different characters. So do we keep Luigi? Do we keep Luigi, Mario, and EGAD and everyone else's, like all the ghosts and stuff from Muppets?
Or would Bunsen be EGAD? Bunsen and
yeah,
Beaker be EGAD.
Bunsen and Beaker could be EGAD.
Like, we
and
could
EGAD
throw
just
the
has
duel
an
in there.
assistant.
Yeah.
Or is Beaker Luigi?
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Who's
yes.
Mario though? Who would be? I guess you could just make Mario.
He gets like kidnapped to the painting, right?
Yeah, just make it Kermit and be like our boss,
Yeah.
our paycheck. We gotta save him.
Exactly. There we go. All right, so Bunsen and Beaker are EGAD and Luigi, and
Yeah.
then Kermit is Mario.
Kermit is Mario. We'll just make Kermit Mario because why not?
do we
He's the
keep?
face.
Boo.
Yeah, do we keep King Boo? And then all the other ghosts are just different Muppets. You have the baby ghost who could be like the one original baby to Muppet Babies. I can't remember.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I think it's Skeeter.
Yeah.
You could the weightlifting ghost could be, I don't know. Like just make all the different ghosts. The ghost that loves to eat. There is a pig ghost that you find showering.
That's Miss Piggy.
That's Miss Piggy.
One that loves to eat can either be a Swedish chef, obviously.
You know, just different, like just all the different portrait ghosts. You have the mom and dad ghost. You have the twins. You have the old man that hides in his vases. You have the granny that likes to sew. Like all those could just be different Muppets.
Yeah. With their own little spin on it.
As ghosts.
I'm definitely thinking high A.
High A.
Dare I say S? What do you think?
I mean, getting to play as Beaker in a not horror game,
But like it's as horror as Mario.
as Mario and probably Muppets would ever actually get.
Yeah.
Like yeah, Far Cry Until Dawn, those are all funny.
But
Or not Far Cry.
this is
Resident Evil.
already funny. It's like the double funny.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be S. It could be low S.
S. Do you think it's above Epic Mickey?
Under Epic Mickey.
Under Epic Mickey. All right. It Takes Two.
Takes Two. Okay, so Kermit and Miss Piggy are considering a divorce. This is obviously what it's got to be.
I haven't played It Takes Two.
And their kid, one of the kids from the fantasy in Most Wanted, accidentally turns them into dolls. And the Book of Love, played by Pepe the Prawn.
We haven't thrown Pepe in a lot of these. I forgot about that.
Walks them through as they go and murder all her toys to turn back. Yeah,
Okay, you throw Pepe in there, it's automatically A tier.
it's automatically A tier.
As Pepe is like a main character A tier.
I feel like it's A tier. I feel like this is one where you don't keep anybody. Everyone's a Muppet.
Yeah,
which is
everyone's
terrible
Muppet.
because of what you do to the vacuum cleaner you would be doing to a fellow Muppet.
Yeah.
But especially
Still.
what you do with the elephant.
Yeah, I'm gonna say A tier. Are you thinking A tier?
Yeah, I'm thinking A tier. Put it just smack dab in the middle.
Portal 2 is the last one for today.
So we have the main story.
And I've played the level in Lego Dimensions.
So we have 2 stories to actually adapt here because the main story, you play as Shell again. I say you keep her. You're joined by the annoying robot Wheatley, who
Which is that voiced by Stephen Merchant in
Yes.
the game? Should we change that to
Gonzo or Fozzie.
Rizzo?
This one's got to be funny because he doesn't realize he's being annoying.
Okay,
so
Gonzo. We both go Gonzo.
And then there's GLaDOS, who the very mean, cruel, finds pleasure in your demise.
Or should that be Miss Piggy?
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Is there a Muppet that like enjoys the demise of others?
Constantine, but
yeah.
I mean, maybe keep GLaDOS and Shell. But then there's not a whole lot of other characters. This has a total of 5 characters.
Oh shoot! Okay, so yeah,
this almost makes it like this would do so little with the Muppets.
We could throw to replace who Gonzo play?
Wheatley.
That could be like another Gonzo Rizzo team up, where it's
two of them.
Yeah.
There's Cave Johnson, the founder of Portal. You find founder of Aperture. You find his like vocal tracks throughout the game. You don't see him physically because he's dead. But there's that, and then there's the co-op story where these 2 robots do co-op tests for GLaDOS, and GLaDOS is like, "Oh, you're going to the incinerator. Bye." Like that's just kind of like the joke of Atlas and Peabody is their name.
Could that be Bunsen?
Yeah, do we do Bunsen and Beaker again?
Bunsen and Beaker.
It'd be funny if it was Bunsen and Beaker, or that's the Gonzo and Rizzo pairing.
That's the Gonzo and Rizzo pairing.
And then Wheatley is Fozzie.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
The thing is, though, Wheatley switches places with GLaDOS at the middle of it and gets power hungry and turns evil.
Why does that sound hilarious as Fozzie doing that, though? That's hilarious. Evil Fozzie.
And then make GLaDOS Piggy just
it's
because.
The Muppets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, make GLaDOS
Muppets.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that one we can't do much because there's so few characters.
Yeah, we can't do much.
Elevate it a little bit because of the hilarity of having Rizzo and Gonzo be like co-op characters. But there's not a whole lot you could do.
B?
Or I don't even think it's that high. I think it's C. Low C.
Low C?
Yeah.
Below Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Below Until Dawn. Still no D tier. D tier still holds strong on its own. So to recap, S tier, God of War, Batman, and Epic Mickey was joined by Luigi's Mansion. A tier was joined by Banjo-Kazooie, Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, Danganronpa, and Ghost of Tsushima was joined by Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and It Takes Two. Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box joined Five Nights at Freddy's, Chrono Trigger, Crash Bandicoot, Grim Fandango, and Horizon Zero Dawn in the B tier. And then Far Cry got some friends in the C tier in Resident Evil, Until Dawn, and Portal 2. And that's our episode for this week. Thank you so much for listening.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interactive things. Follow the podcast on most social medias at Mondays for Nerds. Follow me on most social medias at Sir Stubbslot or Sir Stubbslot17.
And follow me on most at PoeThePanda001 or Chris M. Pratt Fan, whichever one is relative to the social media. Thank you for joining us.
We will see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.